Welcome everybody, here we are at our final base camp in Glamis, California, also known as the sand dune capital of the world. I'm sure that the Sahara Desert might have a thing or two to say about that, but you know what? That's what I've called it since I've been a little kid, and that's what I'm gonna keep calling it.
We're on a tiny little slice of it too. There's a whole section to the north that we don't have access to. There's a whole massive section in Mexico we don't have access to. Glamis is huge.
Glamis is huge. I'm here with my good friend Matthew, and man, what a day today. First of all, I would like to say we are not wearing our vests, and we're wearing like little cooled neckerchiefs here because it's pretty hot.
Yeah, one of the coolest things about when it's super hot out in the desert is that evaporation works.
Yeah.
Swamp coolers work here. And if you essentially just put on a wet shirt, you turn yourself into a little swamp cooler with a little bit of wind, and you get to cool off.
And then you cool down.
Accelerated perspiration.
Exactly. And, you know, the sun is going down, which means that now the temperatures are actually really, really comfortable. But I tell you, tomorrow is going to be a hot one.
Oh, man. I think Emily teased us about it like 89 degrees down there or something.
No, it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about today. I mean, we're here at the finish line of Stage 6. They did a lot of stuff up in the Mojave where it was, you know, just flat, open desert with just these big mountains sticking up out of the plain.
Just a huge day. I drove it.
Yeah.
I took my live crew through. You'll see some of the B-roll in a little bit. We had a 7.5-hour drive without hunting checkpoints. I got here absolutely knackered after doing all that driving. Some of it pretty rough and challenging, like doing a lot of rocks dodging and stuff. So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of transiting that happened today.
Yeah.
But it was a tough driving day.
It was a tough driving day, and they did a couple of checkpoints here in the dunes when they came in. And what's so cool is you come out here, there's so much energy, right? Because they're so excited. They've gotten a taste of the dunes. So we've got some VIP people here, some VIP media. So it's kind of like an old homecoming, right? And it's just really cool. I love it when we get to Glamis.
There's a certain energy that comes along with, like, okay, we're at the final base camp.
Yeah.
We can relax a bit. We know where we're going to sleep the next couple nights.
That's true.
We know we're going to party here in a couple nights. We know we got one more big day of work ahead of us. You know, there's a certain amount of energy that comes along with that.
And, you know, Matthew, I didn't have any FOMO this entire week. I had no FOMO until I was driving here and I saw the sand highway and I was like, oh, I want to be competing.
We'll have to get you out in the sand.
Yeah, it was real hard coming into Glamis today. I was real sad.
Sure, lots of things can happen out here at Glamis. Like you could be, you know, struggling a little bit here or there all week with the map and compass and such with the normal off-road terrain, and then you get to Glamis and, like, if you and your navigator and your tires and your third teammate, your vehicle are all working together.
Exactly. I'm so excited for tomorrow. I can't wait to see what the teams are going to do. But for now, we've got a prize for y'all. Even though you're not out here competing, you can still get a bunch of Rebelle Rally swag. Just go to rebellerally.com and click on that drop-down menu Rally promos. This ultimate giveaway, you guys, so much stuff. So just your name, your first name, last name, and your email, and we will put you in that drawing. And I got to tell you, it's some really, really, really good stuff.
It's the biggest one by like a double.
Yeah.
Like it's the biggest one we've done.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. I kind of want my mom to enter it so that maybe I could get some of this stuff.
Yeah, and like this stuff's a really good head start into your new.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
So, Mom, go ahead and do that for me, and then you can just give me all that stuff. That'd be great. Thanks. Love you, mean it.
Just looking at where we're sitting here at Glamis, look how far we've come since tech inspection.
It feels like it was forever
Running
ago.
around, throwing stickers on vehicles, everybody worried about, like, you know, stuff, I don't know, random things.
Yeah.
And then now here we are 6 days later.
Yeah, let's have a look at the Mapbox map animation and see just how far it is that we have come.
I mean, Mapbox really is the backbone of this event.
100%.
Mapbox makes it possible.
All right, so we started there in Lake Tahoe. Now, I actually wasn't there. I didn't meet you guys until Base Camp 1.
You know what you missed? You missed a nice welcome dinner, some cocktails on the lake. It was beautiful.
Oh, that's so lovely.
All right, we're headed over to Belmont here, I assume?
Yeah, so we're going down there through Hawthorne. I've done a couple of races out there in Hawthorne. There's some good off-roading up there. Now, of course, they were all on the pavement here. They're just trying to get around. And then at Tonopah, they cut up into before Base Camp 1.
Yes, that was just getting to Base Camp 1.
Oh.
Or the first day of competition.
Oh, right. Okay, there we go.
This year 7, has been the most remote. We have been into the most remote areas. Today was nuts. We were so far from anything.
Really?
Oh, yeah. we zoomed out on the maps. Couldn't believe we had a bit of service there somehow.
Yeah, no, that's just crazy.
Really, really far.
All right, so here we are going down. This looks like we are headed into our marathon camp day.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Oh, no, look, we're already
we're already past that. We did Alabama Hills here. We did the little piece up there.
Yep, so this is us going into Dove Springs, and now we Springs going down
to Roy's yesterday.
Yes.
Which
so
was
headed down to Roy's.
Yesterday was a huge day. And today, another huge day.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to deserve a little bit of relaxation
exactly.
when they get there. There's Essex. This morning was Essex. Katie's phone went black in Essex, and she thought it was cursed because of where we were or something funny. It was just I don't know, it was a Katie thing. It was great.
Then coming down through all that farmland there in Blythe in the Colorado River Valley and all the way there to Base Camp 4 here in beautiful Glamis. That is a long, long way. I mean, look at that. We're almost to Mexico, dude.
Yeah.
If we leave right now, we can be in Baja in like an hour and a half.
Sweet. Can we stay at your place?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Mapbox.
All right. I think Katie's got a couple of interviews here on the finish line. Take it away, Ms. Katie.
All right, we're going to get back to Katie in just a second. We shot some B-roll while we were out on course today.
Yes, I would like to see it because I did not get to see it today. So what do you got?
Yeah, fun stuff. Like a lot of just cruising across the desert, the roads changing, lots of washes.
Really?
Driving through tons of washes.
I love driving through washes.
You know what a wash is like, where the for those at home, a wash is where the water runs across the valley. But there were lots of areas where water had recently been.
That.
It was such a surprise to be in such a vast area, and imagine like the amount of water it took to move the amount of dirt to make some of the washouts we drove over.
There's FJ Anna cruising along. I'm so glad they got that fuel pump fixed, man. I love that rig and I love that team. So
you can see her squashing along comfortably on Total Chaos.
Yeah, look at that. Oh man, so you've got places where you've got trails, and then but for some reason you get off, you've got all those little sharp rocks, and if you hit some of those at speed, man, that can be a day ender.
For sure.
Ender.
I chatted with Laura and Maria, by the way. Vehicle's been awesome all day.
Oh, great.
And I was suspicious that Maria's comedy is what really makes that team work, and I was right. I asked him that at the finish line. Maria Guitar, if you don't know her yet, she's a riot. And I'll bet they have some good times.
Look at that straight. That looks like it's a 100-mile-an-hour road, but it probably isn't, huh?
Huge views there.
That's amazing.
It was cool. It was hard not to just, open her up.
Well,
and then, half a mile later, you'd find one of those washouts.
Well, they don't call you MJ Rally for nothing.
Well, I got to say, I told my folks, I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. I sped up a little bit. And then I was like, oh, hold on.
All right, well, I think we've got a commercial message for y'all. So sit tight. We'll be right back.
Remember the Donovan's barbecue?
That grill was a monster.
I think they made enough for the whole town.
Next time, let's invite the Donovans too.
Last the ship rise to the morning. You know it's calling, me back home, put down the sorrow, and dance to me.
Welcome back, everyone, to Rebelle Rally Live from Base Camp 4. We are presented by Toyota, and we're really excited to be here in the sand.
I know.
Yeah.
I love it. Did you see that top trim Toyota capstone in the commercial?
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. I've never heard of capstone.
Yep.
What does that mean? Tell me about that.
Well, I'm not really sure what it means, but it is the top trim. So it's going to have all the bells and whistles. That's going to have the hybrid motor. That is going to have all of the chrome. That's going to have the power running boards. That's going to have the big screen, the seats. That is the top trim.
You know, when I jumped in the Toyota you were driving, which is an SR5 model, I was surprised to see in the rearview mirror the one in the top middle of the windshield, that nice camera.
It's cool.
Yeah, I feel like when you get to use that camera and then compare that with the other normal dash camera that's the fisheye shape.
Yeah, it's way better.
I feel like I could drive pretty much backwards everywhere I need to go with those two cameras.
Well, you love driving backwards, though. I've driven backwards with you. You love driving backwards. I like to drive backwards. All right, Katie, finish line. What you got for me, please?
Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties with my mic, but I'm here with Team 141, our Bronco. How was your day, ladies, and welcome to Glamis.
Thank you, Katie. We actually had a really, really good day. We hit the checkpoints we wanted to hit. We got a little crispy at the end of the day, and so we came back without getting the last couple checkpoints, but we're okay with that because we hit everything else we wanted to hit, so feel good.
Now, we were out there with Total Chaos suspension, and it was rough. I was trying to catch a nap, and it did not work out for me. How did your third teammate perform today?
She's so awesome. I can't even tell you this year. She's super solid. We have the best team behind us. We have Tom's Off-Road, our major sponsor. They take the best care of us, to give it to us so we could use it this year, which is amazing. And then Shelly's husband, Joe, does a lot of the work on the rig as well, and he's a friggin' rock star. So super solid.
That's such dedication. Their team gave them a transmission, right?
Yeah.
Just gave it to them for the Rebelle. Well, I hope you're taking care of it.
Wonderful.
Well, I'll let you head over to get some gas from Busby, and we'll see you inside this, like my favourite base camp of all time.
I can't wait to see it.
Okay, let's go see who else we can before I introduce you to this base camp of any Rebelle. It's amazing. Let's have a quick chat to 215. Actually, we might let them keep going, Will, because they're going to have to click in. 104.
Hi.
Hello, ladies. I'm on your side this time. How was your day?
It was fantastic. Great. So much fun.
We actually did really, really well, and then we did really well on the first two, so we were like, let's go for it. So we started heading in the right direction, but instead of following everyone else's path, we decided to just go in, and we made almost all the way to the checkpoint and got stuck. And I broke a tie rod, or I bent a tie rod and ripped a CV boot off. And then we got ourselves unstuck 5 times in the same spot, and then we called for help.
Yeah. We missed base camp by like 2 minutes.
But you know what? You're here now, and all of that drama that you went through on Thursday, you won't have to deal with it on Friday, hopefully.
Yeah, right.
So you're totally prepared.
And I've got almost all the spare parts in our parts bin, so we just have to see if we can make it through tomorrow without a CV boot, which I think will be fine, because we're trailering back home after this. So,
And you guys sound very prepared.
It's been a fantastic day.
And you guys sound really prepared.
We are.
Well, we'll see you in the sand tomorrow. Delicious food from Drew Deckman very soon.
ready.
Thank you, guys. Next up, we have Team 112 in the Toyota Reef. Hello. Can we just actually pull forward? We'll let them pull forward just so that we don't ruin the logistics of the finish line. They're just getting organised. Come on, ladies. As you can see, look behind you, Will. See, all those cars have already come in. early, which has been really interesting. But it's been nice for them because they get to sit and relax and enjoy the base camp. How was your day, ladies?
It was fantastic. Had a fantastic day. Really great Thursday. We did lose a side mirror here on the passenger side, so I have looked at that black hole without a mirror probably 62 times in the last 2 hours. You know, watching the road, we're watching the rocks, we look, and it's gone.
And now you can't stop looking at it.
I can't.
Can you tell me a little bit about the airplane on the side of your vehicle?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are both with Living Legends of Aviation, and we're aviation nuts. So Living Legends honors people in aviation and aerospace, and they're part of Sparks, the whole next generation of aviators and aerospace engineers.
That is very cool. Well, I'll let you pull forward because I can see we're holding things up as usual. We'll see you inside. Thank you, ladies. Okay, back to Emme and Matthew.
Thank you, Katie. I can't believe Team 104 is just going to roll tomorrow without a CV boot. All I can think is like, oh my gosh, joints. We'll see how that
stores. They make Toyota parts forever.
Well, they are going to trailer home, so all I got to do is just make it through one more day. But Matthew, I know you walked the line a little bit earlier today as teams were coming in. What do you got?
I did. I just wanted to kind of hoover up some stories of the day. It was a really big day. It was a tough day. Team 139, Mandy and Kathleen, said today it felt like a good day that they were able to just put all of the lessons they've learned through the week to play.
Awesome.
And it paid off for them. They got here to the dunes. There was some laughter. There was some discussion about a Muppet brain, or they turned into Muppets for a little bit. Anyway, it was clear that Kathleen is full of distraction and laughter when necessary. And
okay, good.
Sounded like she timed it well today. All right, moving right along. 131 is the four-door Bronco four-wheel drive in war paint, and we've gotten a right, and that's Catherine and Tori. They spent an hour driving around looking for the blue flag for checkpoint 16.
Oh, right out here, yeah.
While they were doing that, driving around, they collected other people that were driving around. Decided to treat the blue as a black, and they all kind of stood together and simultaneously clicked to declare some camaraderie there.
So do they think the flag was missing?
Yeah, it was missing.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it sounds
a bummer.
like 4 or 5
That's a
teams there signal it together. I have no idea how those points are going to work out. That's just what she told me about. Then they proceeded to get stuck after making it up Olds to get the blue up Oldsmobile Hill, and Laura Windless pulled them out.
Oh, good for her.
Talking right behind them to Laura Windless and Maria, they had the whole blue and black bit. They said the canyons and the roads were tough this morning.
Yeah, I heard that from a lot of people.
They got a
really
lot of the
rough.
points. They feel solid about getting all the checkpoints, but they just said there were so many roads diverging with the detail of the map they were using. It was tough.
Yeah. That's
lastly, I talked to Nina and Tara Lynn. Of course, I was like, "Oh, did you guys get stuck?" And she looks at me like, "Yeah, for a minute." Literally not fussed whatsoever.
Of course not. I mean,
driving around all cool with their tow rope on the roof.
Well, but here's the thing, though, right? You've got these stock vehicles in dunes. You know what? Anyone can rip a side-by-side through these dunes. Stock-ish vehicle in here just because they're bigger and what do you got?
Team 182, and last night when we saw them, they got a flat tyre yesterday, and then 0.5k on the road,
volumes.
they got
I'm just
another
chasing
flat
the
tyre.
wrong volume all
So they
show.
came in the dark last night, and now
Nothing.
I understand that they helped another team today. These girls. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, so we were going down this pretty rocky trail that hadn't been checked. So there were these 2 rocks. They were huge, and a team ahead of us got high centered on the rocks and were blocking the rest of the trail. We decided pretty early on that we weren't going to try and go over those rocks because it was kind of dangerous looking, but they were already stuck, so we wanted to help them because they're our friends. And we had another team there that was also really helping lead the charge. We had to use 12 max tracks to get
So say again, did you say 12?
Yeah, 12. They had 6, and then we had 14 max tracks, and then several large rocks. But we got them unstuck, and first time they gunned it and got over it. And
absolutely awesome. I love you. I love you. Go inside and get yourself some food, and I'm going to come and see you later. That is what the Rebelle is all about. These two rookies just spent their entire day helping another team with 12 max tracks. I mean, really? That's insane. Now we're going to have a quick chat here to Team 150.
Everyone's pissed. No, it's a great day.
Can I just squeeze in here quickly? Yep. Sorry to... Hello, I'm interrupting. Can you give me a quick rundown on your day?
It was pretty awesome, but it started winding.
Why so?
Oh, it was, we were in this, we took the X route in the morning. It was really hard to find the right trail, so we took a little bit of an adventure, but we got here. And then we had, how many minutes did we have when we got here? 20? We had about 20 minutes when we got to Glamis to crush Oldsmobile Hill and get another blue. And so we had we were a pit crew, our own pit crew. And within about 4 minutes, we aired down, whipped up, helmets, everything, charged Oldsmobile, and grabbed our second blue, all by 5:12. So we're pretty proud of that.
Well, that's one of the greatest rundowns I've heard tonight. Well done. That's fantastic, ladies. We'll see you inside. I had a great day. I'm going to toss it to Emme with the Mapbox Minute.
Thank you, Katie. It's cool to see that Bronco out there doing some pretty cool stuff. Man, these lights are so bright. I'm looking at myself. I'm like, I don't know. I just feel so bright. But I am here with Marina from Mapbox. We're going to do our Mapbox Minute. This time I get to interview you. Very excited. So you're doing different things every single day to get a full taste of the Rebelle crew. So what was your job today?
Well, my job today was actually just to get to base camp as quickly as possible and help set up this amazing site here. And actually, when I got here, I arrived. I'd never seen these dunes before.
Really?
And so I'd been preparing the Mapbox flyovers that we've been seeing. And I'd made the one for today. I had no idea how big the dunes that they were tackling today were. So when I saw them, I immediately went to the media corner and redid a little highlight reel for the dunes because I was just blown away by how beautiful they are.
Right. Did you go up to the Osborne Lookout? Is that where you guys went up and you can just see that whole sea of dunes?
Just seeing how big they are, the extent of them, but also how tall they are.
Yeah.
They're really, really wild.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go in there then with a quick geography question.
Uh-oh.
How tall is Oldsmobile Hill? And they had a checkpoint up there today, so how tall is Oldsmobile Hill?
They did. I actually was asking some folks about this as I was doing the flyovers. It is 300 feet high.
300 feet. So it rises 300 feet off of the desert floor, which is crazy. And you guys, listen, I know you might think like, 300 feet is not that tall. It is really, really tall. Plus, there's all kinds of whoops at the bottom. And so it's a difficult thing to get a stock vehicle up there. Now, when you came into base camp today, I mean, what did it look like? Was the tent up? Did we have, like, Steph has got all of her decorations. Was everything up and ready to go?
The crew was right in the middle of finishing things up. They were getting the walls on the tent. They were getting some of the fans in the tent, which we were all very, very thankful. It was pretty hot today. But yeah, they were finishing the decorations, and it just looks so magical in there.
Yeah, and now when we talk about fans, swamp cooler fans, because when I arrived this afternoon, it was probably about 100 degrees. It's probably about 80 degrees right now. So once the sun goes down, you're like, I love Glamis. It's so wonderful and cool. But man, during the day, it is H-O-T hot.
Yes, it is.
So tomorrow, what's your job?
Tomorrow, I'm going to be helping with our various media guests and helping just share the stories that I've gathered over the course of the week, understanding how the scoring works, how the courses are built, what the different competitors are going through as they plot. So just kind of helping our media guests who are just arriving now understand what the competitors have been going through over the last couple days.
You going to get a chance to drive in the dunes?
I sure hope so.
Yay! I hope you do too. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Marina. This has been Mapbox Minute. And, Matthew and I and Marina and all of the guests that we've had, we've been talking about, what we think it's like to be a Rebelle. But really, the best people to tell you what it's like to be a Rebelle are the Rebelles themselves. Welcome back to Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota. And speaking of Toyota, I've got Sam Barber here. She is in the Toyota Tundra, but this one is a TRD Pro and 5-liter, I believe, twin-turbo V6 hybrid, which is very, very exciting. So, Sam, tell me a little bit about this truck. What do you love about it?
We love a lot of things about it. We found that the suspension, the ride has been wonderful. We've had a lot of good ride over a lot of rocky or dirt roads. Variation in what we need whenever we're on highway.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting the great terrain we're looking for. So Becky's had a great time with piloting the truck wherever we wanted to go.
Yeah, you know, this is the first year that we've seen a hybrid from Toyota in the Tundra. Last year they had a V8. They nixed the V8 for this next generation. And, you know, truck people are often like, oh, I got to have a V8. But I have to tell you, I've driven this vehicle before. I know how good 7 horsepower. 583, in fact, pound-feet of torque. And that's way more than the V8. It's like over 100 pound-feet of torque over that V8. And that torque is really what you need. And it's going to come on really low. Becky's going to put her foot on the gas, and that thing's just going to go, right, and give you all of that power.
Absolutely. It's everything she's needed. Yep.
Yeah. And, you know, you guys are in the TRD Pro, so you've got a lot of different drive modes. You've got a drive mode for the pavement. You've got a drive mode for the sand. You've got a drive mode for mud.
We've got all the multi-train select. We do have the crawl control.
Right.
And the downhill
the downhill
control.
Descent control. Yeah.
So we have both of those, and we haven't had to use them yet, but we used them in training and had a lot of fun learning about when to use them and what they did and how they felt and what change it had for us.
Yeah, and you know, the last generation Toyota, that crawl control and the hill descent, it's all a brake-based thing. And in the previous generation, it was a little loud, and it kind of sounded like everything was just going to fall out of the bottom of the truck. But now they've really improved it. And confidence in it, and the crawl control is great because you just kind of press a button and it just kind of like wiggles the wheels and kind of bounces it a little bit and it gets itself unstuck.
It does.
Yeah, you know, you don't even need your max tracks. You're like, I don't need max tracks. Why would I need that? You know. And by the way, I love the wrap because I love how you have like you guys. It's like an Inception thing with like a truck within a truck within a truck.
It is. We had a lot of fun with customization this year. So in house we did. We got a graphic designer that did the graphic design. We've got a lab that did printing the vinyl. We installed in-house, and they actually laser etched the Rebelle competitor logo on our stick.
Really?
Yes, and we laser etched the headrest on both sides, so we have our names, and we have something that's special to us on the other side. And then our new technology group within stamping custom stamped the tailgate. So you'll see a compass rose with some mountains in it that they designed specifically for us for Rebelle that's in our tailgate. So that's special. We've done a lot of custom things this year.
So who gets to take the truck home?
It stays, and it's just a part of our pool of vehicles. We'll use it if we need to go to our different manufacturing sites or up to our R&D, and then we also have a motorsports team within, and they may use it to haul to their races.
Listen, I mean that would be a great chase truck right out of the box, right? You can load a bunch of stuff in the bed. There's plenty of room. I tell you, I've been living out of the Toyota SR5 that Toyota gave me for this week. I have stuff everywhere.
It's so big.
Everywhere. And the problem is that because I had so much room, like I brought a lot of stuff. Had I been in my little car, I would have been so pared down, but no. I'm like, I can bring a cooler. I can bring 2 jackets. I can bring my blanket. I can bring this.
Yep.
Now, tell me exactly what you do for Toyota.
So I recently switched from engineering into a strategic planning group.
Okay.
And it's who we hire and what their experience is in production engineering. And then I also have a quality engineering that we facilitate quality within our division.
Awesome. I am so glad. Listen, I'm not going to tell you where you guys are at. I
haven't seen results yet.
Okay, great. I won't spoil that for you. But I know you guys had a really good day today. I know you had a lot of fun. I'm stoked to see that Tundra out there just getting it done. It's really, really great, and I want to thank you for your time. I believe we have some pretty good food by Drew Deckman. So
Drew Deckman food's always good.
I know. So thanks so much for your time.
Yeah.
Why don't you get off set and go have a drink and a good dinner?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Sam. All right. That is Sam from from Team 152. They were our rookies of the year last year. They're doing pretty well. I'm going to say she's still in earshot, so I'm not going to tell you exactly how she's doing. We'll wait for that when we get to talk about all of our standings. Because, you know, some Rebels, they don't want to know how they're doing. It puts a little bit of pressure on them. I am one of those people. I do not want to know where I am in the standings. And hello, Matt.
I learned over the years, I'd come like, hey, you're third right now. How's that feel? And then Becca, you know, looks at me like she's going to chop me off with the knees and tells me, stop talking to my driver or I will kill you.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you're not the only one. There's several teams out here that would just prefer to focus on the process and know that the results will come.
Exactly. Well, I wanted to talk about a couple of different teams today. You know, it is hard sometimes to talk to all of the teams, but I wanted to talk about some teams. And one of them is Team 215. Now, they're in the crossover class. They are Jill Simonillo and Kristen Shaw. Now, they are in that super cool Hyundai Santa Cruz.
Yeah,
and I remember when this car came out and we were like, or it came out as a concept and everyone was like, oh, this cute little like ute thing, you know, it's got a tiny little 4.5-foot bed. We're like, yeah, but that's so cool. Hyundai's never going to make it. And then the production model looked exactly like the concept.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, it's just so good.
It's sharp. It's sharp. Its headlights are really cool.
Yeah.
Its headlights look like they have some functions kind of built in there that aren't apparent.
Yeah. They do. Some of the daytime running lights kind of light up there. And you'll see this same grille in a couple of different Hyundai models. But, you know, these two ladies, these two competitors, they are both automotive journalists. So I know them from the automotive scene and the automotive circuit, and they're both going to be writing about this vehicle for their respective outlets. And it really shows, you know, this Rebelle Rally is a proving ground for manufacturers. And Hyundai is putting their money. Also, look at that spare tire.
The spare tire mount is rad.
On the side,
yeah.
Jill was telling me what it was,
cool.
and I'm like, what? I don't understand. And then when I saw it, I'm like, that's brilliant. You know, because the bed is... It's only 4 feet.
Hey,
so
if you need to change a tire, it's right there. It's in the air.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick it up and get it into the air. You know, you literally have to pull it off there and let it fall on the ground.
Exactly.
And
no, that is just such a great design.
That's a cool ride. I was running one of the driving bits of Rebelle U training when Jill came in the Santa Cruz to start with, and I thought it was really a capable vehicle for X-Cross class.
Yeah, 100%.
Very cool.
I also wanted to talk a little bit about Team 170. These are a team from Canada. We also have another team from Canada, Team 144 Positivity, which we spoke to yesterday. But these two ladies are interesting because Martine, I'm going to butcher this and I'm very sorry, Bellevue, she is the driver, and she was a Rebelle in 2019. And her friend Isabelle Parizeau, she's the navigator, and she really wanted to come when she was helping Martine participate. These two together, they are Team Gipassus du Nord, and if you've noticed, they are both from Quebec.
Yes.
But here's the thing. Their navigator, Isabel, she does not speak English.
Oh.
So she only speaks French. I tried to impress her with my French last night, and I failed miserably. But that means that all of the information is getting translated through Martine. And
everything written down.
So this like second layer of complexity, because you know you get the briefings from Emily in the morning and it's like 45 minutes or 20 minutes of someone talking in English and you're like, I don't know what they're saying.
Sure, and how are you going to keep up with all those details?
Absolutely. So Martine there really has a really difficult job making sure that she understands everything and then making sure that she is explaining it well to Isabel. I mean, you know, I competed in the Gazelle Rally in Morocco. That rally isn't French. I mean, I know a little bit, but it was really, really difficult.
Well, every time I've stuck my head in there to say hello to them and wish them well, they've had a great attitude and seem to be having a great rally.
Yeah, and you know, to support those teams that do come from abroad, we have what's called the International Cup. Now, it's not it's a designation. It's not any kind of a podium finish or anything, but the international team that takes the highest podium, they will get $2,500 to the charity of their choice. So that's a really cool way just to show that, listen, international competitors, we know it was difficult to get here. We know how hard it was to get all your stuff on a plane and fly it over across an ocean or across a landmass or something. So we do appreciate you. We're glad to have our international competitors. So y'all, please, if you are somewhere in Europe, Australia, Asia, Africa, we don't care. We want you here. So please, please, please. But with that,
let's
shoot out to a break.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and there's no place I'd rather be. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and time don't matter to me, 'cause I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
The 2022 tunnel. Toyota, let's go places.
At Total Chaos, we believe in pushing everything to the limits and testing everything in our arsenal. We design our equipment to perform in brutal environments and some of the harshest off-road terrain. And because of that, we have been trusted to pre-run every mile of the Rebelle Rally for the last 6 years.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota here at the Finish Stage 6, Base Camp 4 in beautiful Glamis.
Yeah, I think Katie is just itching to bring us some news from the finish line. Katie!
Thank you, guys. I'm totally itching. It feels like Christmas morning when we arrive at Glamis, because when Total Chaos arrive, all the toys arrive. And it's my favourite part of the rally. Now, a second ago, I heard these two squealing out of their vehicle. What were you squealing about?
Oh, we were really excited. And Sabrina here, who are our past competitors. So we were very excited to see them.
So at this stage of the game, past Rebelles can turn up and support their friends. So everyone's very excited. Say again what you're saying.
Well, now Cool and the Gang is on, so that's really exciting.
Did you have a great day?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, a lot of fun. Long day, lots of transit, but good day. Great day.
You're home now, and your friends are here to greet you. Awesome. That's Lynn and Sedona, and Lynn said, hi, Mom and Dad. Now we've got, we'll let the line go down a little bit, and we'll have a quick chat to Team 101.
We don't see
Hello,
anything,
ladies.
we're blind.
How was your day?
It was good. We had a great day.
That's positive.
I think we got everything we went for, except for the last.
Yeah, we had a good day for us, yeah.
Yeah.
And how are you feeling about the dunes in general? I get so excited when I see everyone's whips go up. It's like ready to roll. You feeling good about it?
I was this morning, but now it's definitely a little more challenging after the last few we tried. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, that's the lovely thing about today, that you get to go out and get a taste of it, right? So
Yeah.
feeling a bit more prepared for tomorrow.
Yeah.
More prepared or more nervous? I don't know. No. No,
Hey.
driving in it was fun. It definitely is a challenge to navigate in it.
Yeah.
And then trying to navigate while I'm driving and trying to pick my dune that I'd normally just go throw it on, but
Yeah.
I'm going based on what she's trying to tell me at the same time.
Yeah, it's hard. When I'm thinking left and I'm thinking, why are we going left? Why wouldn't it be going right? And that's because, we're working that out.
I bet Emmy's got some things to say about that. Has she got Rebecca over there on her lap yet? No? We got to get Rebecca on your lap. Now I'm going to say a quick hello to these guys before I come back to you, Emmy. And now Will's messing with me because now I've got to walk back to him. Follow me, ladies. We've got the Toyota here. Hello. Welcome to Glamis.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
We had a puncture with a slow leak, so we had to change our tire. Not really a highlight, but we were successful.
You both look so calm and happy.
Yeah, we just got to have like a great ride, down to this area, like through the mountains, just green kind of fields in front, past gold mines, and it's just fantastic scenery.
Wasn't it like vast and remote? We felt like someone on our team said they felt this was the most remote we've felt this week.
Yeah, I mean, you go stretches without seeing other cars, and even we were at the end of the pack today, so we went stretches without even seeing other Rebelles. That's
Well,
not a good thing.
let me tell you, there's a lot of them inside. So you've had your quiet time. Go inside and find your friends. And I'm going to throw back to Emme and Matthew.
Thank you so much, Katie. You know, they were talking about having a puncture today because I know you guys went through a lot of rocks
Yes,
and
we
stuff.
did.
The difference that we're going to have tomorrow, they're probably not going to get a puncture, but that might be depending on how low they air down their tires.
How brave they go with the air.
And how quickly.
You know, I have a lot of experience on other tires. It's the first time I've been off-road on the new Pirelli Scorpion this much. Usually by now, I have changed my air. All week, I haven't felt any need to.
Really?
I mean, like a lot of rougher rock pressure, right? And I found that, like, literally the door card that's inside the driver's door that tells you how much air is supposed to be has been fine. I've been at 34 PSI all week.
And you felt comfortable and your neck isn't dead and your back isn't broken?
That combined with total chaos. I mean, maybe it would have been a little smoother if I let a little air out, but I just didn't need to. I had all the grip I needed.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it doesn't bug me. I will obviously be letting some air out here at Glamis.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, go ahead.
No, just for folks at home, like you're looking to widen that contact patch. So when we talk about letting air out, we're talking about going from 35 normal like road PSI down to 20 to 18 to 16 to how brave are you? 12. But then you've got to know what you've got. You can't come crashing into hits. Right?
Yep.
You got to be smart about how you treat a tire that's that underinflated.
And you know, if you are stuck in something, and let's say you ventured out onto, I don't know, someone's little and you're just driving your regular car with street tires and you find yourself that you've gotten stuck, well, don't panic. The first thing you should do is let some air out of those tires. If you don't have a tire gauge, that's okay. Just do a count. Just do like a good 20 count, 30 count. Do that on all 4 tires and then try to get out. If that doesn't work, maybe do another 10 count.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, okay, then maybe you got to get out
let's
your
be
recovery
real here.
boards.
Anyone whose tires are spinning, they're going to just keep spinning those tires and they're still super stuck.
Exactly. If you feel those wheels spinning, guess what? You are stuck. But if you feel those wheels spinning, but maybe you're moving forward just a little tiny bit, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm moving forwards, I keep going.
I love it. I use the knee test for air pressure, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a little lazy sometimes, and I just stick my knee into the side of it and brace it and look how much it goes into the sidewall. And I do that to all 4 tires, and I'm like, yeah, they're around the same pressure.
Oh, yeah,
because some tires, like load range E tires, will stand up kind of tall, even if it's quite low in air.
Right.
So with the knee test, you can pretty quickly tell where the soft one is.
That's interesting. I learned that trick today from you, so now I can go back to bed because I learned something. So thank you,
It
Matthew.
does give you a pretty black knee.
That's okay.
If there's any dressing.
All right. I believe that Katie has got a cool little tour of Steph Prater's. It's super pretty. So take it away, Katie.
Okay, so this has to be my most favourite base camp of all, and I want to show you in all its glory. And there's Steph, who designed it, walking past. Check this out. I mean, these women have been out driving for 7 hours like we have, and they walk into this mecca of an entertainment space with food from Drew Deckman, decorations done by Steph. Let's go see if she is available to chat with quickly. I'll grab her. Steph, hello, you're live, hun. Let's get away from the fan. I had to talk to you tonight because you've outdone yourself, my friend. This is epic.
Thank you, my dear.
How long did it take?
Well, we arrived and the tent wasn't quite up, so we had to do a bit of a scurry. Yeah, bit of a scurry. I had 3 guys, 3.5 hours, just standing down here pointing and making arrangements on the floor, and yeah, I have the most amazing team in the world, so I couldn't ask other people.
It's unreal. Now, also, what is the name of this one? Do you have...
Sand. It's earth and sand, because Glamis is all about that to me. You know, as challenging as this base camp can be with the sand, if we get a wind, the colors of the dunes to me are exceptional and beautiful. And so that's how I did the images. I took kind of sepia tones of the sand dunes and then brought that into all the decor that's hanging.
I mean, it's unbelievable. When you come here with just a tent, it's a whole different experience. I mean, this is...
Well, in a 40 by 100 space with a 20-foot ceiling is a lot of space to try to fill and try to bring the ceiling down into the space. And I've gotten nothing but compliments from the girls, so that makes my heart full.
You deserve every single compliment because it is just amazing. Thank you so much. Always great to chat with you. Steph is our wellness coach as well. She makes sure all the competitors are doing their down dog and their child's pose and put on our back when we're having a rough day. So this, my friends, is what a Rebelle Rally base camp looks like. And I am so stoked to come in here and have a meal with my team tonight. Back to Emme and Matthew.
Yeah, we love this base camp. Like I said, everyone just has a chance to relax and take a breath when they get here. It's just like, it feels like a homecoming necessarily. We've got friends that come from LA, former competitors that come to help out. It's just a really nice kind of breath of fresh air when we get down here. I mean, and it's not blowing. It's quite cool. It's a beautiful night. So all week we've been just looking forward to bringing you more information about Renewable Innovations and the technology that they've brought to help us reach the level we have with the Rebelle. I have the pleasure of sitting here with Mr. Bob Mount from Renewable Innovations, and we're going to just chat with him a bit through the Mech H today and took a bit of footage. Obviously with some help, and I'm just going to play this, and if you could just help us know what we're looking at. Yeah, sound good? Thank you. All right, looking at the back of the Mech H there. What are we having a look at, Bob?
Well, right now we're looking at a charge port. So the back of the Mech H, there are two rapid chargers. These are 285 kilowatt chargers, and they've got dual nozzles. We've got 3 CCS and 1 Chatamo. So we can charge 4 vehicles at the same time if we need to.
Cool. And then inside, I had a look around. I was really interested in these, the hydrogen fuel cells. And I believe you've got 8 of them on there. How powerful are each of those fuel cells?
So those particular fuel cells are rated at 30 kW apiece. So when all 8 are running, we've got 240 kW.
Wow.
Now, we have the capability of going up to 80 to 120 kW per fuel cell, and the intent is to be able to get to a megawatt of power utilizing fuel cells.
Wow, that's incredible. Now, for folks at home, based on what is sitting there right now, how many houses would that run?
So right now, this unit is capable of a half a megawatt, expandable to 1. And so for that half a megawatt, that would power 50 homes.
Wow.
Cool. And of course, when we go to the full megawatt, that's 100 homes.
Now, do you put the Mech H into service for other situations during the rest of the year?
Yes, we've had some fun projects with it. You know, the whole idea is to bring that magnitude of power, which is required for these rapid chargers at events that different automotive manufacturers are having, but also for any type of an emergency response. Because, you know, the ability to bring that magnitude of power for any type of a disaster or any type of an emergency event and do it in a way that's zero carbon, that's green, with low signature is something that, you know, I think that's what we're pushing toward, is be able to do that.
Oh, yes, sir. We're really excited about it also. Now, year number 1, we all were like sleeping by generators, and I thought, we got to get this fixed. This is terrible. And then, like Emily, being Emily, she didn't reach for like solving the generator problem. She's like, well, bigger. How could we have electric vehicles on our event? And she got in touch with you. Now, tell me, with Renewable Innovations, what is your mission? Do you guys make any individual parts, or it seems like you're kind of an assembler of?
We do both. You know, the whole idea is there are companies out there that do what they do best. So for us to, you know, duplicate that, these companies have got 30 years or 40 years or 50 years and billions of dollars. And for someone to try and the whole idea is to pull a good team together. Now, of course, everything doesn't fit well, and so that's where you have to develop the technologies to basically make all of that work. So we look at ourselves as cooks, and then we go grab these different ingredients so that we can make that, special dinner, that special dessert with the various ingredients that are required. And because we use similar ingredients, we can change the application. So whether it's rapidly charging, powering homes, small, large, because we're using those basic building blocks, or let's call it our Legos.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bob. Thank you for my qualities. You, sir, and Renewable Innovations are here. We're going to jump back out to Katie for more coverage here at Base Camp 4.
So I've made my way inside to find one of the people that's come to greet the Rebelles, and she is an OG Rebelle, Kendra Miller. 6 times you've competed in this event, and this is the first time you haven't been in it?
Yep.
Are you feeling a bit of FOMO?
Not too bad, actually. It was really interesting to kind of watch, the things I miss are the social hour at dinner and checking in and seeing how everybody's day was or what was good and what was hard. But otherwise it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a break. And
have you been watching from home?
Oh yeah, I've been watching. I've been looking at everybody's strategies. And
now, is it your husband is one of the funniest fans on Facebook, so are you together watching it now?
Yeah, we have been watching it a little bit to take up leather working, and so then I'm like, all right, random, but if you're gonna make me a purse, I guess I'll let you off the hook.
Now, if you could give any of these Rebelles one piece of advice for tomorrow, what would it be?
Keep your head on straight, drink water, don't, and just have a good day. It's the end. Make it back home.
The end. And do you think we'll see you back here next year?
Oh, probably. I'm not gone.
It's so fantastic to see all of these Rebelles come. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And we're going to go to Emmy and Matthew. Too many M's.
Thank you so much, Katie. You know what? It's an honor being confused with Emily Miller, so I am okay.
That's happened a few times,
It
right?
has. So when I get confused with Emily Miller or when I get confused with Shelby Hall, since Emmy Hall is my name, both of those, I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I'm super happy.
Cool. Yeah, good stuff. Let's have a look at some unofficial results from today and the overall standings here.
All right, so this is in our 4x4 class. So no big surprises here. We got Nina Barlow and Terrelyn Petterit in the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xe, crushing it with 94% of the points.
Oh, man, it's tough to deal. So I talked to Terrelyn briefly. She was like, oh, so-and-so was challenging or whatever. And then Nina looked at me and was like, here, let me decipher that. We got 98% instead of 100% of something. Like Terrelyn saying is a bit challenging meant it was slightly challenging.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yikes. But Emmy and I were looking at this. We can see a race for first and second there. There's a competition there. They're only 33 points apart. That could happen if there was a problem for Nina and Terrelyn tomorrow in the dunes.
Yep.
Looking a little bit further back, we can see a competition for the podium overall between Lily and Alex and the Rivian, Becky Sam and the Toyota, and then the white horse back there, the Total Chaos equipped Renee and Rory in the 4Runner.
Yeah.
So it looks like a second, third, fourth, right? And then
but then the rest of the top 10 is also really close, right? I mean, Shelby Hall and Pennydale, they came up a spot today. They were in 8th yesterday. They're in 7th unofficially today. I mean, those are all really close. Look, 79%, 80%, 80%, 79. I mean, that is all really close, all in the top 10, actually all in the top 12 right there. So, this is done by minute little points.
Now, with your experience in the Rivian last year, Lily, I mean, as a rookie, is incredible. She's worked her way into a podium position. But I'll bet you there's some vehicles behind her that are just itching to get into the sand and start knocking out some points here in the sand.
The 4Runner is going to be really good out here in the sand.
Yeah, I mean, and really these points tally, I'd say, what do you got to keep your head down and go
just
for
drive
it,
right? Just do your drive.
So we'll go look at X-Cross.
Oh, wow,
Chris
look,
Benzie,
200's
Melissa.
in first place.
What's that?
Team 200's in first place.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They've been very comfortable there.
Yes,
I think they moved
been
in.
Very comfy.
But if we look at second and third, what's that?
They were tied earlier when we looked, but now it looks like Lynn and Sedona have come up with a 10-point lead over Mountain Subi. So, again, we've got a race here for second and third place, and then moving down for actually second, third, and fourth. Any one of those could reach the podium.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carissa and Trista could make it up there.
Yeah, fantastic. It all comes down. I mean, really, as you're competing here in this event, you want to keep yourself in the game for Glamis, and then hopefully you can turn it on with some talent here and make it get the finish you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, let's see if we've got anybody here on the socials. You know, we're at rebellerally.com/live. Yep. Go Verena and Tana. Yes, we love Team Plot Twist. They are great.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh,
Jolene says, can't wait to experience the base camps next year.
Oh,
Rock on.
Yeah, she's going to be a Rebelle. Awesome, Jolene. We played your song the other day, by the way, on our playlist.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and Doug. Okay, so Doug is Sedona's husband. He is a doll. I've been sending him some photos and stuff as we go along, so he's great. But let's look at tomorrow's schedule. Tomorrow, the last day of the Rebelle Rally. Things are going to get hot. Things are going to get crazy. So we start off the line at 6:45 a.m.
Yeah, like every other day, right?
Oh,
only this day is the last one. It's the one we've been looking for.
Absolutely. And then we're going to start at the finish line just a little bit earlier, and it's going to be a really long show because, you know what, we just don't know when some people are going to start coming in. Some people might just decide, you know what, I've gotten all my greens here. I feel good. I'm going to come on back. So we're going to be ready for them at 2:30 to 5:30 p.m. That is Pacific time.
And it's such an honor. I mean, there's some, quite big emotions here when you come to this finish line. It's a big day.
Yep.
Big day for a lot of teams there, and it's our pleasure to get to share that with them.
Yep.
As they really start to sink in what they've gotten done this week.
But then don't forget, as we come into Saturday, we'll have some fun hijinks with Coffee with Katie on Saturday, and then we'll be live from this base camp with our fancy duds on for the gala.
I'm looking forward to the hijinks. In fact, we've got a plan for some hijinks we need to do.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
We've got plenty of ideas for hijinks. Hopefully we can show you some of those.
Hijinks.
Going to be exciting. Please do come and join us at 6:45 in the morning.
Yeah, that's all we got for you all tonight. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow bright and early, 6:45 a.m. for the final leg. This is Emme Hall with my friend Matthew Johnson, rally driver extraordinaire, and also an all-around nice guy. Have a good night.